It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want a ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
We want to win. That is for sure, and that's what it's all about. And today, we're going to be talking about defense and how we can win. And I got a special guest here. Well, not special guest. You see him quite a bit. He's called Dose Baby. It's not Vanilla Ice. It's Vanilla Dose. What's going on, DoseOfDion?
Hey, man, I appreciate that intro. I love that. Dose Baby, I like that. My sister loves that song, so I love that. I'll rock with it, man. That's great.
Hey,
how you doing, Mike? Good to see you.
Living the dream, man. Another week, another time of hanging out with DoseOfDion, as this is becoming a regular here. We got NFL junkie Mark, Jay Keys, Alan Dana, Tony, all Detroit fan, man. Mark, Bryce S., Bobo, all in the building, Bullets in the building. We appreciate everyone coming in, talking some Detroit Lions talk. And today we're going to be talking a lot of defense. I'm curious to see what DoseOfDion thinks about the Detroit Lions defense. And we're going to talk about the defensive line right off rip. What is your reasonable expectations for this year's Detroit Lions defensive line?
Well, last year was not great, and it definitely seemed let's just start there, okay? Let's just set the foundation. Last year was not great. We didn't get enough production out of guys that we paid some money to. Now, Romeo, it was an injury. You had to start there, okay? You only could go up from basically where we were defensively at that positional group. But, Romeo, guys like that, we expect a lot of Romeo. He gets hurt. But that's just one thing that kind of popped up there. So I think it'll be okay. Trey Flowers, on the other hand, we never got enough production out of him. He's never feel enough. Really tough. And on the interior, you had Aleem, you had Levi, and I really thought Aleem showed what he could be and what this scheme I believe to be next season will be. That made no sense at all. I said that out loud, and I'm like, what did that mean? Basically, the point is Aleem McNeil's ability to get hey, man, I said that. I was like, what did I just say? I don't know why that happens. But guys like Aleem McNeil, their ability to get downhill with the first step, that explosiveness, he just blows by from his alignments. And when they allow him to play, I think that's where he's very dominant. I think Levi also would really thrive in that style. And last year, it seemed like we were kind of swinging back and forth with what we were asking of our defensive line. Are we going to ask them to sit back, contain, hold a gap? And even Todd Walsh talked about that. Maybe we were asking them to do stuff like that too much. And then it was like, we'll get downhill. I think that'll fit them better. Where, of course, Levi is the guy that sticks out to me amongst the entire defensive line of like, dude, there's someone that's got to step up. It's you. And also Michael Brockers. I mean, Michael Brockers has been in the defense with LA. That's always been about getting down, not worried about holding my lane, things like that. So I even think guys like that will really step out. But I love what we did on the D-line. I mean, I think everybody's excited there. You get Aidan Hutchinson in the building. You got Josh Paschal. Guys can all grow up together. They're all young. They're on expensive contracts. It's going to be Romeo. I think Romeo, you really want to see improve himself. I think we got the big deal. You're coming off an injury. Now you got Hutchinson on the other side. I think you're going to have a consistent presence on the other side from day one. What does Romeo do across from him? I think that's going to be the thing to watch to see how dominant he can be, because he was dominant to the point where the Lions felt like they could give him an extension without even seeing him.
We should be getting an extension of likes. Right now we got 50 in the building. We got 18 likes. Smash that like button. The more likes we get, the more extensions we'll get from Romeo Okwara extending his arms and getting to the to the passer. I'm telling you, the like buttons will do that. So smash it so we get those sacks. That's what it's all about. You talk about Levi and Uzurika, and as one player I'm keeping a keen eye on. First off, he stayed in Detroit, got in physical shape. He's not injured last year. We invested a second-round pick in last year, and he didn't fully play to his potential last year like Aleem McNeil did. You'd see the progress that he had. If he has a big year, this whole defensive line could really change.
Yeah. No, completely agree with you there. And then we know he had the back injury last year, so it was a little thrown off last season, but you're 100% right. I mean, that's the guy that could really open up else on this defensive line. But you look at him, they were thinking about trading up in the first round. So just put those expectations. The Lions thought he would be that kind of guy on this defensive line. And, you get guys like Josh Paschal everywhere on the D-line, right? I mean, he's played everywhere when he was in Kentucky. You can put him anywhere. I think he's going to be playing more on the inside. So he's going to get pushed, which I think was important because we don't want to just, okay, Levi, look, we drafted you high, but we're not going to put anything behind you. We're not going to push you then spots for time because last year Nick Williams was playing half our snaps. I'm glad that's not the case this year, but that's where we were at with it. So to have a guy that keep pushing him is great. It's a young defensive line. That'd be the only thing I would say is a lot of youth there. Brockers is, he's a vet, but we do have a lot of youth on this line. But I also think we got a lot of talent. It's not just young guys that are like, oh, they're just throwing in here as UDFAs. We got some legit ballers on this line. So this is a unit that could make a very quick 180.
It was really interesting. The last live stream we did, a lot of subscribers were mad that you got on to about the 30-minute mark. I don't know if you've seen the comment section thinking there was a conspiracy. Folks, there's no conspiracy at all. It's just how sometimes it happens. Dose, is there a conspiracy for having you to stop talking?
When I stopped talking? Wait,
Yeah.
Was that when I hopped out of the stream?
Yeah. Folks, he hopped out of the stream. That's why you didn't do it. That's why he got out. He got out of the stream and he was having issues, so I moved the camera out of the way. Sometimes you can't see it.
Man.
I got 2 videos, folks. I got the ones you see, and I got the ones you don't see. There's no conspiracy.
I was like, I don't even know what I did, to be honest. I know my camera went out or something happened, and I'm pretty sure I X'd out of the tab. I mean, that's been a thing that I've done many times is I X out of the tab that I'm in. I think that was just another example of that. But no conspiracy. No, nothing like that. I know aliens and stuff. There's been a lot of talk about that. Nothing like that's going on here. I just probably clicked the X button.
It's like the Mars flat theory. The planet Mars is flat, and we got to worry about falling off the cliff if you go over there and explore Mars. We got the rovers over there. That type of stuff is not happening in LNU. I can tell you that right now.
They got the doorway in there now. Now we know where they're coming from. It's crazy, man.
We absolutely know where we're coming from. The Martians, they're coming for you. Just like the linebackers for the Detroit Lions. This is an interesting group for me. What is your expectations for the Detroit Lions linebackers? Because I don't have a really grasp of what they're really going to be capable of. It seems like the same group with Jared Davis coming in, a little bit different. Then you got Rodriguez coming in. What do you expect from these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the one position where it's like we got a lot of players. We don't know who's going to make the team. It feels like the other position kind of have the sense of, okay, it's probably a lock. Linebacker feels completely wide open, aside from the guys that you just drafted. I would say Derek Barnes and Alex Anzalone. Aside from that, it feels very wide open, and I believe we're going to keep more than 4 off-ball linebackers, maybe 5, maybe 6. Maybe go a little deeper here because we're saying, hey, James Houston, he's versatile. So we call him an off-ball linebacker, but he can slide down. So we'll have to see what they do there. But I'm with you. I think this position is going to be really interesting. But I also believe that coming in, like going way before the draft started, I had the sense the Lions would really wait on linebacker. I had the sense that I thought they would not really go hard to get this position. I thought this was a position that they're okay with kind of, getting later, building up the defensive line, kind of like Brad Holmes did with LA. Kind of on that Nakobe Dean hype train. I'm like, we might be taking Dean around 1 if he's there. That didn't happen. The original route, which was waiting a little bit. But, I mean, honestly, you're right. I mean, Alex Anzalone, I like him. And I think his role could be a little bit better suited to what he is this season with what we have. Malcolm Rodriguez, I think, is day one. I think you plug day one, Malcolm Rodriguez, he can play for you, especially early downs. So where we got him in the draft, I feel very good about that. And then Derek Barnes, I think they're asking a lot for him to step up, but I do expect a lot of 2 linebacker defensive sets. I think over half the time we're going to be doing that next season. So expect to see a lot of 2 linebacker field. But you're right, this is the one position, especially when you get to depth. You just got another linebacker like Patrick. So you got Patrick compete with Jared Davis, James Houston. And like, who is the depth here at this position? You got James Houston. I'm like, he's going to take a little time. I don't know what he is right now. I don't know how much he helps us right now. But I do feel comfortable with about 3 guys. And I'm like, okay, I think I know what I'm getting here. And then behind that, maybe Sean Deion Hamilton. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, though.
Yeah, this is the one group I don't have a grasp on. Like, I think you can look at all the other groups on this team and be like, okay, you kind of see what it is, the wide receivers, you get the defensive line, secondary. But the linebacking core, I think, training camp, the battles, and the preseason is going to be really important because we need to have the best guys out there because if we don't, we're going to get wrecked again. And Nakobe Dean would have been nice. We didn't get him. With that said, we just got to hope somebody pops out, like a Malcolm Rodriguez or a Houston who's going to be pushed back a little bit, or Julian Okwara if they use him a little bit, or if somehow we get the North Korean missile in Jared Davis be able to actually hit the target. I think that would be really important. So that's a question mark. I call him the North Korean missile, man. It just flies off a little bit, off the rails a little bit, throwing out those long-range ones. Like, if it's hit, it could be a disaster. It could be great. I mean, a disaster for the other country. But a lot of misses into the ocean, burns up in the atmosphere.
That's great. That's good. That's good. I like that. Jared Davis, man. I hope he's got his old number back. I'm like, all right, Jared Davis. Would that be a beautiful story? Come on, man. Jared Davis comes back and he balls out. He's got a chance.
One can hope. I think that's all we can really do is just sit back and hope and that they can get the best out of him. We do got a great defensive coordinator. If there's anybody that can get the best out of players, it's Aaron Glenn and this coaching staff. I'm convinced that these guys are the Avengers of coaching staff, and they're going to get the best out of whoever they have. The secondary I'm really excited about. When we look at the Lions cornerback position, I think it's pretty solid right now. I really like it with Jeffrey Okudah coming back from injury. I think he should be good to go. Melifonwu coming back from injury. He was injured kind of last year. And Jerry Jacobs, Amani Okwara. What's your expectations for the Lions cornerbacks this year? Do you expect them to be much improved from last year, get a lot of turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the idea, right, coming into this. But the cornerback position is cool to me because looking like, man, we might need a vet there, just a guy that can take reps and things like that. But we don't really have that. Yet we have guys that we know have experience, which is really cool because they're all young and we saw what they could do last year. I really like it too. Like, a lot of this cornerback position is one position where I'm like, man, there's just so much potential here, but we just really don't know what we have. I mean, Amani had a breakout season. I mean, he was really good last night. Some of them were kind of thrown right to him, but he was still 6 picks. I'll take it. But we barely saw Iffy last season, and to come back from an injury and play like he did against Green Bay, like, there's a lot of growth there. Jerry Jacobs, the growth. I mean, they weren't even playing this dude, and the first time you see him, he gets a PI on the very first play he's out there. Watch him through the season, and he's a top cornerback for us. So it's so exciting. This position group is so much potential there. It feels like the kind of because all them have to play. And you're like, oh, they're not bad. I mean, heck, Will Harris could be thrown into this group if you want him to. I mean, if not, he could make it. But this position group is deep. It's gonna be really hard for any of these trial guys or UDFA, anybody to get into this spot because usually, like, the Rams kept 6 and things like that. We got 6 that you feel like they can make the spot. AJ Parker, like what's his role next year? Is he starting slot still? I think so, but he's going to have very legitimate competition with Mike Hughes and some of these other guys that we brought in. So I'm very excited for the cornerback position, and we know this is the specialty of Glenn, and Aubrey Pleasant's done outstanding with this.
Yeah, I'm really excited. If they could stay healthy, it should be a really good secondary. It really should, and it should be getting turnovers means you're going to win football games. You win the turnover battle, you win the football game. But the most important part for me, this defense, is what they did in the draft. I've been screaming to get some help for Tracy Walker. They get guy who I really like, Kerby Joseph, safety there. Pair him up with Tracy Walker, the playmaker, turnover machine, removes Will Harris, gets him out of there. We're getting a guy I think that can make a staple for this Lions defense. Yeah, he's a mid-round pick, folks, but I'm telling you right now, he could be the Amani Okwara of this year's draft. That's what I call him. We got Amani in the 5th round a couple years ago. Turned out to be a stud. I think Kerby Joseph could be that for the Lions at the safety position. Having him is going to open up Tracy Walker as well. He's had no help. Tracy Walker's had 0 help. He has been on one side, just sitting there, dealing with basically the whole freaking defense because everything around him was cheeks. Absolutely cheeks. Now he gets a playmaker there. Deshaun Elliott will be in there as well. I think having Kerby Joseph's really going to help out the Lions secondary. And, again, Elliott, what do you think about the safety position now? What's your expectations there?
I'm glad that you brought that up with Tracy because I think it's like Tracy Walker, we know he's been in the league and now he's got his extension, so he's been in for a while. You feel like he's a vet. But even when you look at Tracy, I mean, the amount of time he spent in this style of defense is very little. Like, he's still very new to this. When we have Patricia here, we were trying to figure out I don't know why they drafted the type of safeties that they did, but, they bring in the Deron Harmons because that can be your, single high free safety. He can cover the entire field. And then you're trying to figure out who's their box guy. They bring in the Jaron Curse. You didn't really know what Tracy Walker was in this style very much. And then last year, too, you said, I think he left some plays out there, but he hits. I think he fits into this well. And I'm agreeing with you 100% with Kerby Joseph because I thought the Lions needed a safety probability like Tracy Walker to allow Tracy Walker to be what Tracy Walker is. And to me, Tracy Walker is a nice versatile piece that really good against the run. We know his hitting is awesome. And he can play some of that off-man coverage. He can just be moved in and out. I didn't want to get a guy where it's like, well, I can't have Kerby come down and hit, or I can't drop him deep into coverage because he's not good at that. So Tracy Walker's now in a box. We kept him out of the box. And same thing with Deshaun Elliott. Very versatile player that's played all over the place. But Kerby brings something different. You hit on it. Will Harris was not really a playmaker at the catch point. Kerby brings something different that this safety group has not seen since Glover Quinn was here. A guy that makes interceptions, still raw to the position, long. He's just a playmaker. I mean, he's a natural playmaker that has so much man coverage upside because of the way that he moves. It'll be sweet to have a guy there that's like, he might pick a pass off. I mean, shoot, we haven't had a ball hawk in the back end in a long time. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And as someone says about who do you think will start, Deshaun Elliott or Joseph, I think it's probably Elliott's going to start out, but you're going to see 3 safeties as well because Elliott has been injured. But at the same time, you're going to see them all in the field, and I think that's a big difference. Tracy Walker, I felt like, his numbers were down. A lot of people were on him, but I'm like, what help does he have? He has no help. It's him and then a ghost. And the ghost was Will Harris getting freaking torched every single play. So now I think it's really going to fit. It's like a puzzle piece, and you put that puzzle piece in there. So we look at the defense as a whole. The defensive line, in my opinion, improved immensely from last year to this year. Love what they did with the defensive line. And I think getting after the quarterback, we didn't do well last year, but now this year I think we're going to do fairly well. What happens when you get after the quarterback? DoseOfDion knows this. The linebackers play better. The safeties and the secondary, the corners, they all play better. You get turnovers, you win football games. What is your expectations now as a defense as a whole? Last year, a lot of issues. This year, it's improved. And if the defense improved significantly, what do you think, what should the Lions fans expect from this defense?
I expect the defense that can stop the run better, which is going to allow them to get these turnovers and get into these passing situations that we just too often we did enough in games. Too often it was, they can pretty much want to. It's too often it was first, second, third, well, specifically first, second down, run the ball against this team because they're not going to run. And that got us. I mean, you watch games like Seattle. It's hard to watch. It's like we give up 50 points. They're running all over us. That kind of thing I expect to change. Josh Paschal, he's I haven't even went into him yet, but I think he's one of my favorite picks because I love what he brings. I love that they got another interior guy that just is so dominant against the run. And then Aidan Hutchinson immediately is going to help the run. I thought he was the defending edge in this entire class day one. You plug him in, he's going to dominate tight ends, put him on a strong side. And I think that's Romeo's. I wouldn't say he's terrible at strength. I don't think Romeo's great against the run. So Paschal and Hutchinson open him up to just be what he is. Get a little bit wider, rush the passer, that kind of thing, deal with tight ends rather than having to deal with tackles and in the interior and things like that. So I expect this defense to be much better on early downs, which is going to allow this secondary to possibly show us what they could be. And if that's the case, and if we could just be somewhat healthy in the back end, man, we don't even know what they did. We don't know how high this ceiling could be. I mean, this could be a massive turnover because we don't know how good the secondary could actually be with bodies healthy and having opportunities to say, okay, now cover when it's 3rd and 10. All right, it's 3rd and 10. They're throwing the ball. Now cover them. Now make a play. Ooh, and especially with quarterback pressure too, because that's also been tied all together. It's all been an issue in the front. It's fun. The secondary is gonna be awesome. I'm excited, man.
A first for this channel, folks. We got monetized, and that means you can have super chats on Lions Nation Unite. Huge shout out to Steve for being the very first super chat on this channel. Awesome shout out to you guys again. We finally got monetized for Herman Moore. A lot of great content coming on here. You guys are building this channel, and we got a lot of good things coming for you. But the super chat here is from Steve. He says, want Jerry Jacobs to get healthy, continue to develop, and is Dose blurry because he is in Ohio? Talking about your connection there, are you blurry because you're in Ohio and there's something wrong with that state?
There's probably some percentage of that probably goes to me being in Ohio right now. I would 100% believe that. There's nothing out here. That's what I say. There's nothing near here. There's nothing out here. There's a road, but it's a little ways down. There's nothing going on out here. So probably has to do that. I thought it was blurry. I don't know what's going on. You know, I got too many tabs, Mike. You know what it is. You got tons of tabs open. That's why I closed the wrong one last time. I apologize. Hopefully I start coming in a little bit cleaner.
It's dose baby for you. But that is definitely for that super chat. Forward down the field. If you guys want a question answered right off rip, you do a super chat. It definitely comes in. But we got the mailbag segment in 9 minutes where you guys run the show. You ask myself, he has DoseOfDion a question, and we will get at it and have some fun. Again, this is going to be a regular thing on Thursday nights at 7:30 to 8:30, and I believe it's going to be a regular on Tuesday with different people coming on LNU. We just got Mark Orem into LNU. Congratulations to Mark Orem for joining Lions Nation Unite. I know DoseOfDion wanted him on there. We talked behind the scenes, and you know, we're building something here. We're trying to really change a narrative. So now you call Dose baby. Every time you think of Dose, think of Vanilla Ice, but Dose Ice. Either one, you get the Lions to 10 interceptions this year. I think the Lions get 10 interceptions. Yeah, well, I mean, shoot, Amani Okwara, like you said, got 6 last year, and I think it's with the defensive line, you're going to get more turnovers just right off there. You probably get some from the linebacker as well as safeties. I think they can get 10 interceptions this year, and I could see the Lions defense taking a big jump.
Yeah, man, we better get 10 interceptions. Oh, my goodness. If we have this D-line, we don't get 10 picks? There's something going on here. Something really did not go as planned. You hit on, we got linebackers that commit. Alex Anzalone almost had a couple picks last year, or at least he gets tips. Chris Board's a coverage guy. Malcolm Rodriguez, former safety. We better get some interceptions. I want Hutchinson to give me a pick. That's what I need right there. I need Hutchinson to drop and pick something off just because he's aware, you know? That would be beautiful.
I love how you said Hutchinson get a pick. I don't know if you remember, but when we drafted the defensive end Ziggy Ansah in preseason, he got a pick 6, his very first game he played in preseason. I don't know if you remember that. And people said this is how he starts his very first play with a pick 6. Wow. Aidan, got to do it preseason. We want to see it, so get that pick 6.
Ooh.
Rank
Mike,
the Lions
how excited
defense.
are you?
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You go first.
How excited are you just to see preseason with guys like Hutch and stuff this year? Like, I just want to see Hutchinson in the preseason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just dominate. Get him 3 sacks, and I'm like, all right, we're good. 2 drive, 3 sacks. Just go crazy.
Everybody hates the preseason. I love it because, as you know, as you go through all these prospects, we have to look at all these players that we talk about. And I love to see the development of these young guys like Pimpleton. I want to see who's coming out of nowhere as an undrafted rookie. Craig Reynolds comes out of nowhere. I love the preseason because these are the type of players that make your football team for depth-wise. Now, the regular people may not like it. They just want to see football games. But we do this crap every day. And so when you do it every day, you want to see something interesting, right? Like, you jump into these players, and you're spending all this time, okay, I want to see what they got.
Absolutely, man. Hey, it really, I think in a way, it made Herman not make the team. Dropped a couple passes, like, all right, we didn't see you enough. You're done.
Yeah.
So it's huge, man.
It's absolutely huge. And again, Craig Reynolds, preseason baby. And I love Craig Reynolds. He's my favorite, man. I love Netflix because of him, and I appreciate it. If you guys got questions, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm definitely not good, folks. I am drunk off H2O, and it is a Detroit Lions water right there, by the way. And so you got to get that water. Folks, you need to go to Lions Nation Unite store. It's LNU Shop, and here's a little ad quick. We love our team, and we love our gear. Lions Nation Unite has it for you. LNUshop.com to get the latest and greatest regarding accessories and shirts, man. Check this stuff out. They got shirts, cups, pillows. They pretty much got everything, in all honesty. Made by Herman Moore. Freaking epic. Let's go to some of these accessories real quick. This is what's all about, man. You get your cups. I love cups, too, especially when I'm streaming, repping my team, and there's a ton of it. This is just a little teeny tiny piece. Go to the shirts. I love shirts. I'm a veteran. I love camouflage. They have camouflage as well. You have everything here, man. Repping. We got the lion on there, killing it, and we got funny sayings, folks. This was for the draft. My personal one is I have bigger hands than Kenny Pickett. I must say, I love Don't F This Up. Again, go to LNUshop.com to get the latest and greatest regarding Lions Nation Unite accessories. It's cheap, It's fun, it's easy, and let's get this pride flowing, folks. I love the gear, man. I tell you what, I do love the gear, and I like how they customize it to the way that you want it. Dose, what was your shirt? I forget which one was yours.
I actually didn't have one. You know what's crazy? See, you put me on the spot there. Look at me. Now I look dumb. Here's the thing. Look, you know what? I'm not even trying to explain it because it's just not worth it. Yeah, I deserve it. You can play it again if you want.
Okay, one more time, guys.
Let's see here.
Dose failed, folks. He failed.
You know, I liked your idea, though. So there you go. That's something. I'm wearing this one today, though. You know, we represent.
There we go.
Yes.
Repping it.
For sure.
Roar.
Yeah.
Restore the roar right there. Absolutely, man. They got some good stuff there. I love Pimpleton. Let's talk about Pimpleton, man. Showing out in OTAs. Can this guy actually make the team? Do you think, because, look, we got 6 solids, but Cephas, question mark. Could Pimpleton, if he shows out in preseason, could he make the team?
Well, here's how I see it going down. If Pimpleton makes the team, it's because the Lions want something that they don't have right now. And what to me that would be, aside from Jameson, because I think Jameson brings this a lot, is someone that makes a lot happen once the ball is in his hands. Where it's Khalif Raymond, I like him. You know, he's a little smaller too, not as small as Pimpleton, but Khalif I like. Play slot, play outside, good hands, things like that. But he's not, when I get the ball in his hands, make you miss. Pimpleton, to me, he seemed like his biggest strength is, he's explosive. He's great off the line. He can play slot, but he's a behind the line of scrimmage dynamic piece, almost like Wan'Dale Robinson, who reportedly the Lions were interested in, but we didn't get him. I thought he went high. But point is, if they want that, maybe he does. Now, I like Cephas. It's hard because I thought Cephas did well when we needed him to. And the biggest one, maybe Khalif, well, he's on a 2-year deal. Not a ton of guaranteed money, but he is on a 2-year deal. So maybe they make a spot for him. I mean, he could be the return man. We got a punt returner in Khalif who's pretty good, but maybe he's the kick returner or he's punt and kick returner. If they want something a little bit different, a guy that can make things happen with the ball in their hands, I could see them showing some interest. What do you think? You think there's a shot?
I think there's a shot. It's going to be tough. I still have him outside in. I think he makes the practice squad either way. I think he's going to be on this team just because he is a good depth piece. But I think he has a shot still outside looking in. That's what I love training camp for. Someone asked, are you going to training camp this year? Dose is always at training camp. He goes every single year. He will be there. I'm going to be there for sure. I'm actually going to be with Detroit Lions podcast. I think we're going to do like a Q&A and just have a good time and get some drinks and stuff. Not sure exactly when it's going to be, but definitely going to be out there. But definitely right now, don't pop the Pimpleton. Oh, my God. I seen that right there, man. Come on. I seen that. I knew it was going to come. I was waiting for somebody to do it for like a week now. I've been waiting for it after his mini camp. It is your time to shine, folks. It's the mailbag segment. If you got questions for Dose, put in there Dose baby or no shirt, hashtag no shirt or hashtag Dose baby, hashtag LNU or hashtag whatever you want to do. Or if you want to talk to me, say what's up to me. If you want to make sure that it gets on there, do a super chat. I really can see it. Let's get at it. Mailbag. Yeah, I did that. It is time for you guys. We got a funny one here. We got him laughing here. He's laughing. He overdosing, man. He's overdosing. We got Dion. Are you Come on, he's not a secret Packers fan. You a secret Packers fan, man.
You know, I was talking about the Packers earlier today, and then this started becoming a thing. They're thinking I'm a Packers fan. Come on, man. No. Never. Come on, man. That's crazy stuff. That's great. You know what's funny, Mike, though? When you play that, like, the merchandise, like the apparel, you play that video. Mm-hmm. The first time I was in here, I thought you were live. I was like, dang, he's doing this live? Like, he's killing that thing. Now, was that little, mailbag, was that live or was that recorded? That's what I need to know.
Would you like to know? That's actually that one's actually that's recorded, but I do got another one that is not recorded. This is live. I can show you this one really quick. Make sure you go to LNUshop.com because it's actually live. You want to know why? Because Dose just asked me. If you go to LNUshop.com, you can get the latest and greatest t-shirts, hats, and apparel. Specific ones made for you guys from us, except for DoseOfDion because he didn't actually make one. Yes, this is live. So I got that live one right there. go to LNUshop.com. Let's see some questions back in this building here. Who do you guys think will be the #1 red zone target? I'm thinking Cephas gets 7 to 10 red zone touchdowns this year. Oh, my God, Jordy Manchin. He's going with 7 to 10 with Cephas. What do you think? Who is going to get the touchdowns?
Yeah, I would say TJ Hawkinson. That's a very boring answer, but that's just how I see it going down. They like his size. He can win one-on-one in there, so I would say Hawkinson. The Cephas, that's bold. If you're right on that, that's bold. I like it. I love this picture, by the way. The draft day, I see.
Yeah, that's the draft day. Absolutely. You got to watch it right before the draft, too. It's for unrealistic expectations, yes, some crazy trades that's going to happen with the first pick and then back up. Something that never happens, by the way. I'm going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that he will probably get the most touchdowns. He was the player that you could depend on last year, and I think he's going to continue to grow because of the players around him. You got Jamison Williams, you got DJ Shark. It's going to open it up, and Jared Goff, throw him the football. He's going to make some plays, freaking plays. Do you live closer to Detroit or Cleveland? DoseOfDion.
I think Detroit. Yeah, I think I'm closer to Detroit. I'm not that far from Detroit. Like an hour and 15 minutes away.
Yeah, he's closer to Detroit than I am, and I live in Michigan. I live in Holland, Michigan, so he's actually a little bit closer than I am.
You got a little drive to training camp now. You got to drive up there.
I know I got to drive. It sucks. We're going to kill this year. I got to have faith that we're going to beat the Packers, Bears, and Vikings. Let's talk about the NFC North. How do you see this taking place? Do you see the Lions sweeping teams? Do you see us getting destroyed? We'll start with the Packers. What do you think is going to happen with the Lions and the Packers? Are we going to split? Are we going to get dosed on? What do you got?
Get dosed on. No,
not when I'm drinking, dog.
That's a good one. No, man, I think we split with Green Bay this year. I think we beat them. I think we beat them week 18, which would be very weird for us. But I like our chances on the road. And if not, here's what I like. I like our chances of if we lost week 18, but we get into the playoffs and we play them on the road, they're not going to beat us twice in their home stadium. So that's what I feel with the Packers, though.
Let me know in the comment section, where you guys from? Where are you guys from? I'm from Holland, Michigan. I see someone else is a fellow Hollander. Let me know in the comment section where you are from. We got Ohio, DoseOfDion. We got Holland, Michigan from me. We have a fellow Hollander in Ben DePa. I'm sure I destroyed your name. I'm sure I killed it. I am sorry. We got one. Oh, no. We're going to sweep Chicago. Do you think we could sweep Chicago while people throw in where they live?
Absolutely. And I'm not trying to disrespect them, because they're going to be the Bears. They always give you something tough.
I'll disrespect
them. But I absolutely think, I should disrespect them. You're right. But no, I absolutely think we can beat the Bears twice, man. No question. The only difference will be is now they have turnover. They have a new staff. They have a lot going on. And then you have Justin Fields now playing a full season. So it'll be a different look for us. So I guess we'll have to see how do we adjust to that look. Are we built for that? Because teams like the Vikings, I think they're going to run the ball a lot, and I think we're built to stop that. So I like us against the Vikings. Bears, though, we'll see, but absolutely.
We got Mount Pleasant, Windsor, Hawley, Michigan. We got Mount Pleasant, Ypsilanti, Farmington Hills, DePa. Oh, DePa, that's how you say his last name. Grand Blanc, Arizona, Lansing, Michigan. We got Kitchener, Ontario, Grand Rapids. That's 30 minutes from where I live. That's where my job is, but I work from home. We got from North Carolina, but live in Texas. I love Texas. That's where I went. That's where I went for training for the Army before I went to Iraq. Battle Creek. Yep, nice little place there. Neighbor Frog, Alpena, Michigan, up north. Troy representing. I'll be in Troy in a couple weeks. Bears are trash. I agree, Dose and Mike, my guys. I appreciate you last second sports. We got Northeast Kentucky, Champaign, Sandusky, Michigan, Massillon, Ohio, Durand, Michigan, Stillwater, Oklahoma, from Detroit. And my dog is barking, and I'm about to throw my microphone at its head here in a minute because it's going ape-ass right now. Folks, we got 113 in the building with 58 likes. Let's get to 75 likes. Smash that like button for DoseOfDion so he can brand a T-shirt on LNU. I think that is very important for the Lions and Coldwater, Michigan as well. Kirk Cousins. What are we going to do with the Vikings, Dose? Minnesota Vikings. What's going to happen there?
Yeah, I love the fit. I love the fit with O'Connell because, you just go back to where McVay came from, and then he's working with Kirk Cousins. He makes him a starter, a round 4 pick, and then he goes, I just like the connection there. I think it makes sense in terms of scheme for what they already have. That being said, I think you can stop that run game, and things get really interesting. I think the Vikings they seem to be much in a position right now where they're trying to compete versus a team like the Bears, where some of their picks, you're like, all right, maybe this is like a little bit down the road a little bit. But the Vikings think they can compete right now. However, I think you stop the run. This is definitely a team we can beat. We saw it last year. I mean, the way we played them both times, the second time maybe shouldn't even been that close, but the first time even we probably should have won that game as well. I just don't trust the Vikings, and I don't think there's much of a home field advantage. I don't know. I don't feel like there's a home field advantage when we go on the road to play Minnesota. Maybe it's too new, something like that. But I like our chance as long as we stop the run. That'll be one team we have to shut down the run to beat.
Yeah, they got a good running back, but you're right, man. It's always a close game with those guys. Every freaking year, it's not anything you're going to get blown out for. Even in 2008, we didn't get blown out by those guys, and we almost got a win there. Do you think we re-sign Jamal Williams at the end of this year, or do we draft a bruiser next year? I think we don't re-sign Jamal Williams. I love him, but we're so good when it comes to the running back position. I don't think we really need to re-sign him. But what do you think? What do you think about the great Jamal Williams? I love this guy, though.
Yeah, I mean, their culture is probably – I mean, the way that he fits into their culture, the energy he brings, is going to be tough to move on from him. As long as he's healthy this season. Now, the thing is, like, we talk about extending. We're talking about giving him another year. We're talking about giving him 3-4 years. At that point, I would think no way. But maybe a short-term deal. I mean, we're still trying to see if Swift's going to be healthy. And I know he's a different style back. I like Jamar Jefferson. Does his role expand this season? And then Godwin, I wouldn't say I'd be surprised if they re-signed him, but again, it isn't of Brad Holmes to just draft a lot of running backs, and that's one of those positions where I don't feel like you want to get tied into a long-term expensive deal with. If there's one position that you don't want to do that, it feels like it's running back.
Do you think we can have a top 20 defense? I do believe we can have a top 20 defense with Paschal, Aidan Hutchinson, people coming back from injury like Okudah, Melifonwu, Jerry Jacobs, I think is going to be having a role, and the safety position upgrade. I think you should have a top 20 defense, no doubt. If you can't get a top 20, I think there's an issue there. What do you think about the Lions potentially getting a top 20 defense?
This offense is going to help the defense. That's what
Yes.
I'll say. I mean, you hitting on it. The pieces that we got, awesome. But if we can – I know we want faster drives. We have a lot of slow drives last season. But this offense, the ability to run the ball can really help this defense.
Already talking about the draft next year, the two quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, says the two quarterbacks in next year's draft, which one do you like? Well, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm not going to base it on right now. I want to wait until their season's going through. Every year is different with quarterbacks. Just because they're the top names right now, we don't really know what's going to happen. There could be an injury. They could fall off a cliff. Spencer Rattler fell off a cliff. He was supposed to be a top guy. So I want to be patient and see how the season performs. But what do you think? If we suck, we get a quarterback. Are you looking to draft one of these guys, or you want to be patient?
I like you. I don't know really the quarterbacks for next year other than Bryce Young and Stroud, if those are the top two. With that said, I completely agree with what you just said. I mean, guys that you thought were – I mean, Howell, right? I mean, he just lose some pieces, and now it's like, okay, he's a fifth-round pick. How did that happen? I'm 100% with you there. Hopefully that's not the case, though. I don't want to speak that into existence. We should not be that bad.
That would suck if we're the first pick or the second pick in the draft. Unless the Rams somehow fall off a cliff. Hey, I'll take it all day. Any word on Romeo's injury? From what I know, I haven't heard anything, but he should be good to go. It's been a long time. Have you heard anything else about his injury?
I have, actually. So Rad, he texted his cousin Leroy, and Leroy sent a video of him bowling but doing the moonwalk. So we feel like he's going to be good.
That's a hell of an update, man.
Yeah.
That's scouting 101 right there, folks. Moonwalking, getting an injury report by the moonwalk. Hey, if he can do a moonwalk, it's looking pretty good, dog. He got his footwork in there. My God, that's I like that one. I need to get Ric Flair up in that one more time from Ric Flair. I got us winning 11 games if we play perfectly, sweeping the Bears and the Vikings, beating the Pats, Packers, Jets, Giants, Panthers, Seahawks, and Commanders. Hashtag LNU. What do you got for your prediction, Dose of Dion, and do you see us sweeping everybody?
No, I don't think we'll sweep everybody. I don't think so. I don't think he's crazy saying 11 wins, though. I don't know where mine's gonna fall at when we get to it, but I'm gonna be in the 9 to 11 likely range for wins. So I don't think you're crazy.
Yeah, I got us going 7 to 8. Like, they have to get over 7 wins, in my opinion. That's my floor.
Agreed.
8's what I got. They could get more than that for sure. I'm just playing it safe right now. Who is playing for their job more this year? Goff, Swift, or my choice of Okudah is going to be in a bad mooda. I love the bad mooda for Okudah. I think Swift, I think he needs to worry a little bit because the depth at the running back position is really good. And we're talking about a running back here. It's not a quarterback. I think he really needs to show out this year. He's got to prove himself because we're talking about next year. They don't have that many holes left in a draft. And if they see like a really good running back, like we're talking pretty early, I could see them picking it up to kind of finishing this bad boy off. I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. Stay healthy. What was your pick?
For sure. I mean, yeah, all of them. All of them. I mean, you got Swift going into year 3, contracts. Okudah going into year 3, contracts. So both those guys will be in a situation where they can get paid after this year. And Goff is, I mean, it's just natural. He's got pressure. Because I would say Goff, because his pressure to me goes beyond just the Lions. Like, let's say he doesn't perform here and the Lions decide they want to go elsewhere. What's the chances he starts again in the league? I mean, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a huge year. I think this is huge. He's at least got to put good film out there that someone's willing to take a chance on him.
Yeah, you're right. If he doesn't do that, he probably would be a backup at another team. Where else would he start? I mean, potentially Seattle Seahawks. Drew Lock is terrible, but they could just at some point just draft a quarterback. So that makes a good point right there. Of those choices, which is the weakest link of the Lions? Coaching, health, team chemistry, leadership, or luck? Ooh, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say luck/referees. That's the weakest dang link, man. I swear, hands to the face. All of a sudden, these flags come out of nowhere and you're about to win. That's my weakest link. Every freaking game, man. I swear. The Calvin Johnson catch, no catch, picking up the flag. That's something that you can't coach it up. The refs just hate us, man. It's like nothing you can do.
The Ravens game, of course the dude's got to break a record. He already missed a field goal, but now he's going to break the record for the longest kick. It's got to happen. What are you doing?
It has to be.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's you have to go with luck there. I was watching 2018 Rams Lions. I think it was a 10-point game, and we get down there, it's 4th down. Stafford steps up, throws it back in the end zone, he caught it. I'm like, oh gosh, we scored. I didn't even know he scored this many points. His foot was out of bounds. He steps on the line. I'm like, this is every game.
The Golden Tate touchdown to go 3-0 versus the Falcons.
That's the worst.
The knee down on Thanksgiving versus the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
The flag thrown from Schwartz throwing the flag. So I'm going to go with that because that's something we can't prepare. There's nothing they can do about it until the NFL stops the nonsense. So I'm going to go with that, man. It makes me so mad. Like other stuff you could teach, you can't teach that, man. That's just absolutely trash.
It's crazy stuff.
It's the worst, man. And it makes you really upset because it's out of any control, and it happens all the time. It's like, never hands to the face ever. And 2 times in a drive, the Lions are doing pretty good against the Packers.
There's got to be something going on. Yeah. I know. Even the Bears game, we were at the Bears game.
Yeah.
How do we mess up the time? I've never seen that happen. The timeout situation. We make new stuff up all the time. I've never seen this happen in football. And now we're out of a timeout. They took a timeout from us, man. You didn't have a timeout. It's what is happening? It's crazy.
It's
and again and again and again and again.
It just never ends. It keeps coming, man. Who is the toughest opponent? For me, toughest opponent. Look, I would say Buffalo Bills. I'm going to have to go with the Green Bay Packers. Why? Because I can't stand the Green Bay Packers. I want them to lose. It is time to dethrone Karen Rodgers. That's right, Karen Rodgers. Not Aaron Rodgers, Karen Rodgers. I don't like this dude. I want to beat them. I'm tired of Green Bay. Buffalo Bills, they're more talented, but I don't like Green Bay more. What about you?
Yeah. That's a great point. And I'm thinking about using the same point to Dallas. Coming out of a bye week on the road, right? Is it Dallas on the road? I'm not sure. Either way, I think it is on the road. It's gonna be tough, man. I don't like Dallas at all. So coming off that bye week, man, that's gonna be a very big challenge.
Ooh, I do like that one. I don't like Dallas either, man. We got to go down there and beat ever since they picked up that flag, and I seen Jera celebrating in his booth. I was the anger that I had in my body. It was beep 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 beep. Like I can't stand that dude, man. God, seeing them celebrate was the worst thing I ever seen. Oh my God, it was horrible. What was words that were coming out of your mouth when they picked up that flag? Was it like me with a lot of beeps? Let me know in the comment section below. Who do you think starting defensive line on opening day will be? Interesting. I think we're going to have Aidan Hutchinson. I think he'll be in there. Levi Onwuzurike and Lee McNeil. Just kind of switch it up. Joshua Paschal, Romeo Okwara. I'm going to go with them. But Michael Brockers could be in there as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I think you hit on it with those 5. If we're going with 5, there you go. And you're right. I think it's just going to rotate all the time. So,
why do they think you're a Rodgers fan or a Green Bay fan?
Look, here's what I was trying to do. I was trying to talk about how the Packers history, go through the Packers history, and how they turned things around. And it's like the way they changed their culture, kind of the perception you have of Green Bay, and how they did it with, they got a Brett Favre via trade as a backup quarterback. He became the face of that franchise, how they acquired Reggie White. It doesn't mean I'm a Packers fan, but I do think, as everybody says, it's a copycat league. So it's good to I hate the Packers, but they have had consistent success. I mean, they're a Super Bowl team, no, but they've been consistently good since the 90s. It's like, let's see what they did maybe and try to apply in our own way what they did, just like the Saints or the Patriots or whoever it may be, Steelers.
DoseOfDion.
DoseOfDion.
Y'all come up with
you started
some crazy
something here,
names.
Mike. You started something
know,
with those baby. Now look at us.
Dose, baby. So you got DoseOfDion. Whose jersey you buying first for the 2022 NFL season?
It's good. I was thinking about getting a Taylor Decker jersey. That'd be kind of sweet. But that's kind of like my white horse. My dark horse. I'm not sure what it was. That's my dark horse pick. I'm making up things like a white horse.
That was not a wordsmith, folks. That was a cut.
Combo breaker.
That's what that was.
That was awful. Taylor Decker, but I'm definitely going to have to get Hutchinson because I lost my mind when we got Hutchinson. I never would have thought – because remember when we lost, we won our last game, man, we lost a 2-1 pick. We're not going to get Hutchinson or, that now, and we got him.
He's going to be here for a while, too. When you get a jersey, you always got to think about the future and how long is that going to be going on. I would like to punch that guy in the face. I think he's referring to Jera. If you're doing research on football, you need to research your opponent as well. Yes, that is facts. Always got to do your research. Always got to do your research. What time are our games this year? Oh, this is a hard one, folks. I don't even know if I can answer this one, Dose. What time are our games this year? Man, I got to pick up the schedule. Well, I can tell you this. It rhymes with 1 a.m. Every single week except for 12:30 a.m. Nothing past 1 o'clock. Every game.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. What favorite 1 p.m. game are you excited to watch, DoseOfDion?
I like the one that the one on the day after Saturday. But also
Got him.
I didn't expect that, in
But
all honesty.
That's the one I like, day after Saturday before Monday. So I'm kind of in the weekend. But at the same time, it's not too late. It's not too early. It's 1 p.m. That's my favorite.
You know,
Love it.
how many games you going to this year, Dose? I'm sure you tend to go to a lot of games, right?
Yeah, last year I went to a lot.
Yeah, you did.
7 or 8.
7 or 8 games.
Yeah.
You going to do that this year? You going to be at the games?
I hope so. I love going to games, man. I miss streaming because, streaming is super fun. I love streaming during the games, but I love also the environment. Now, unfortunately, some of them weren't great, but it's a great time. How about you? Are you going to a few this year? You got some scheduled out?
I haven't. I'm gonna be in that area for sure because I know we're gonna be doing some some cool stuff, meetups and stuff like that. Hopefully, get to a couple games this year. Meetup. I know I talked to a couple people. Maybe we all can do a meetup and have a good time at a game. Pick a team that we hate, like the Packers, and just
amazing.
go over there and just rip them a new one for sure. Someone did a question here. For me, it's not coming up on my question. It says, yo, Mike, how do you see our offense doing if Jameson can't stay healthy? Still pretty good, man. Our depth is really good at the wide receiver position. In all honesty, I'm not worried about it. DJ Shark, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Quintez Cephas, Khalif Raymond, that's a pretty freaking scary wide receiver core, even without Jameson Williams. We seen when we got Josh Reynolds last year, the offense just got better. And if, say, we do lose some wide receivers, Swift and our running backs can pick up some of the slack by getting the balls out of the backfield as well. And we do got some tight ends. So I'm not worried at all about that position unless, COVID hits them all and they're all down for a while. But, that would be terrible. It'd be our luck. But I am honestly not too worried about that. Are you going to miss kickoff? Well, I think this team cannot miss kickoff. If they miss kickoff this year, I'm going to kick the coaching staff off this team because it's all at one freaking time. And that is facts. I don't know why the comments are not coming up here for whatever reason. I'm trying to see some questions, but they're not coming up. Let's see. What is the one game you want to go to and you don't want to miss? Like, what is that game you think is going to be probably the game of the year?
It's good. I don't know. You can you think of anybody off the top of your head that would be that one? I got to think about that.
I'm really excited to see what the Miami Dolphins game is. I may have to go to that game just because of the firepower that's going to be offensively. I do like offense. I know I'm one of those guys, but I like an exciting game, something that kind of keeps you on your feet. And it's just seeing you have a lot of stars on each side, and I love that speed. And I get tired of going to the NFC North games, seeing the same old Bears and Vikings. I'd like to see something a little bit different.
That's a great answer. I was thinking Miami. I really was. I was thinking Miami. I don't know though. Philly. I want to see Philly. I want the opener. Nothing like the opener. Expectations are super high. You don't know what you're gonna get. Opener.
If you have an opportunity to take a sledgehammer to Aaron Rodgers' collarbone and knock him out for the year, DoseOfDion, and get away with it, would you do this?
Oh my goodness, man! What happened to this stream? This stream went a whole different direction. We were having fun. We're talking about what's your favorite game. If you have a sledgehammer,
folks, it's Thursday.
Oh.
We're one day from the weekend.
This is going on.
I would.
Oh my gosh, man!
I remember Brett Favre was here.
Hey.
I was like, someone take a bat to this guy, please. Someone take a bat to his leg. Take one for the team, folks. Guy? We'll all bail you out of jail. We'll do a GoFundMe.
Hey, that's all. Just one person's got to do it, and it's like, we might get in trouble, but he's not there. So, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Took one swing, and now look at us. We're winning the division.
Just have somebody, jump on the field when they're playing and just run right into that leg. Be good to go.
Oh my goodness!
Are you excited for Hard Knocks? DoseOfDion.
Yes. That should be amazing. I mean, they do all kinds of behind the scenes. Like, they don't hold back there. You get players making the team getting cut. It's like, man, any kind of, like you said, for us that do it all the time, any of this extra content is awesome that we can just follow along with it, react to it. And it'll be behind, right, of what already happened. So we'll already know, but it'll be still sweet to see it. Absolutely. I'm actually super shocked we got on Hard Knocks. I didn't expect that.
Anyone going to Soldier Field that says there, I probably won't be going to Soldier Field. I'm tired of, honestly, I've been to so many Bears games. I'm just done watching the Chicago Bears. They're just not in a team that really inspires me this year. If I'm going to pay for some tickets and it's more expensive in Chicago, I'd rather just go to an exciting game in Detroit where you're home. And honestly, man, I really like Ford Field. You know, it's 70 degrees in there. You don't got to worry about rain or anything. And, yeah, I'm kind of a diva in that sense. I am a diva in that sense. Do Detroit beat the Philadelphia Eagles week 1? DoseOfDion.
Yes. Have to. Absolutely. I think we match up well with them. Like the Ravens last season. I think we matched up like the Ravens.
Oof. What do you think the final score would be?
This 28-21.
28-21. And, folks, DoseOfDion's always at the game, too, as well. So you can always see. Every time I go there, I see DoseOfDion. Last time we were there, we were actually in Thanksgiving. We were going crazy. We were sitting next to each other. So he's always there, man. You can see him stand out. So if you ever go to the game, look for him. He'll say what's up. Pretty cool dude. And if I'm at a game, I'll say what's up to you as well. We'll get a drink. Well, he can't drink, but I get a drink, and we'll have a fun time.
Get some water, but...
You'll drink some water. You don't want to drink this water. Something must be in it because I'm acting a little bit funky today. It's been a long week. Folks, we've been on for an hour. I know DoseOfDion's had a long day, too. He's been on live stream on other channels. Same with me. Dose, what do you got to say to the folks when we close this bad boy out?
This is the exciting part of the offseason. I'll say if there's a time to be locked in and follow along, this is the time to do it. You know, we got mini camps, OTAs, all this stuff is going down. Players making the team, rosters being built. We're not that far away from football. We have 2 months, and we're talking preseason coming up. I mean, we're really that close. This offseason's flown by. We're almost here. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You guys make it happen. Definitely check out the shop. We have some cool designs I know that are going there, even though I don't got a dang thing yet. In the meantime, get Kenny Pickett. His hands are smaller than mine. Get that, because that's big. Hey, okay, that's a big hand. I see you. But that's it, man. That's all I got. Appreciate everybody coming in. It's always fun to come on here, Mike. You hold it down. The setup is unreal, and the transitions are beautiful.
Yes, try to do it, man. It's all about having fun. It's all about talking Lions. Like you said, 2 months away from basically preseason. This is the fastest offseason that I can remember. It felt like just like yesterday we're, streaming and at the game and stuff. So it went quick. So enjoy the summer, folks, but get ready. We can finally get this horrible 3-13 season off the books, and we can get back to being relevant. With that said, folks, I appreciate everybody hanging out. See ya later.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop.